Hi and welcome. So we're back here again with a follow-up. So the first time, if you watched the review video of this TB6000 Pro by TOPDON, I tried it on a battery that was totally dead out of my generator. It's only a year and a half old or something like that, something around there, totally dead. I tried my Honda, which has always been weird, but it would not charge it. Initially, it started charging it and then only put in 1 and change amp hours. When it said it probably needed, I'm guessing around 10, because it said it was 90% charged, and that's about a 100 amp hour battery. And then I tried my my Camry hybrid, but I was a little concerned about the hybrid with smart charging, only because hybrids have just a boatload of extra electronics in them, and 90% chance, probably higher than 90% chance, it's perfectly okay. They engineered it appropriately, but I just didn't want to risk it. So I bought a brand new battery, and it's right here. I got it from Amazon to replace that other battery, and we're going to pop it on this charger and see what happens. I hate the fact that Amazon was cheaper than everybody else, because there were auto parts stores near me that had their own brand, not even some particularly well-known brand, and Amazon was like 1/3 the price. I would have much rather given them the business, even though they're, medium-sized corporations or large corporations too. It's just the price difference was so significant. They really didn't need to package the hell out of it, though. This is a gel battery. The other one was a wet lead acid. So this does gel cells too. Should be no problem. Interesting, you can see inside the battery because of this clear cover, and you see sort of fogging there. I wonder what that's all about. That's kind of interesting. Do not open and fill by yourself. It is filled with acid from the factory. Oh yeah, look, it's dry. It does not have water in it. It is literally a gel, like they said. All right. Well, I like the safety cap. That's interesting. Let's pop this guy. We are Bluetooth connected, clamp not connected, which is to be expected there. Oops. And they don't leave a lot of space to grab onto this with these clips. The other one had a flat spot in here which I could go around, but this one does not. All right. So let's see. It says clamp not connected. Oh, hey, look at that. It disconnected, just like from the Honda, and it's saying it's 7.6 volts. I'm kind of curious as to what it actually is. Now remember, this is a brand new battery, so they ship it with a low charge on it purposely, because they'll last longer that way. Let's see what the voltage is on it. This is saying down to 4.2 now. Let's see what it measures. 12.83. Okay, so there is some weird issue with this guy. I don't know what it is. Maybe I got a bogus one, but here's a brand new battery, and as shipped, and it won't charge it. So just in case, let's pop one of these leads off. Bluetooth connected, clamp not connected. Put this back on. Clamp not connected. Now disconnect, Bluetooth disconnected. That's just really amazing. So let's see if I can start it charging. I don't think it will, or will it? Oh, so I double tapped that and it started charging and gave me an error 4. Bad battery. Yeah, this thing's analysis is not so good, because again, this is a brand new battery. Okay, let's disconnect. It's getting the voltage completely wrong too. Tell it to try and charge. It's back connected again. Error 4 one more time. Okay. It's not a 12 volt lithium. It's not a 6 volt normal. It's not a 12 volt normal battery. 12 volt repair. 12 volt SUP. I don't remember what mode that was. Supply. Oh, that's literally just power. Okay. That'll be interesting. Let's try the repair though. So the 12 volt supply lets it just supply 12 volts. Oops, that was a mistake. Okay, 12 volt lithium, 12 volt, 6 volt normal, 12 volt normal, 12 volt repair. Let's go with 12 volt repair, see what happens. Nope. Just jumps right by it. So this manual says that a 12-volt battery with a voltage lower than 8.5 volts is damaged and cannot be charged normally. If the battery is damaged, error 4 is reported. You can select the 12-volt supply mode to recover battery charging. Okay, so let's try that. It's actually not, it's 12 volts, but maybe they load the cell down and it can't supply it. So, all right, so we got to remove a clip to reset it, put the clip back on, go to supply, double tap, 15.6 volts, and it's charging. Okay, I guess that's what I need to do with the Honda, except that it's not really correct, but we're going to let this guy go for a while, see what happens. Now I'm going to stop this charging real quick just to check one thing. So I'm going to pull this off. I'll be right back. So I wanted to see what the Black & Decker would do with this battery in the same condition. And it starts to charge. So the Black & Decker reports FLO after a few seconds, which means that the battery is actually fully charged and it's going to go into trickle mode. It also works in recondition mode, so it's very disappointing, but I think the problem definitely lies in the other charger. Okay, so it's doing the weird disconnect thing that it did before. So if I take the clamp off, it's communicating, Bluetooth connected, clamp not connected. They've got a bug in their software. They should definitely fix that. Put the clamp on, says after it detects that there's a battery there, now it just disconnected completely. So that's weird. So I'm going to go in the 12-volt supply mode and just start, and it should start charging. Now it connects and is charging. So we're going to leave it like this. We'll give it, it says we'll give it a couple hours, and we'll come back out and see what it says. All right, so it's been a full 24 hours later, and this has been on essentially a trickle charge. And I think this is saying it's 13.7 volts at 0.1 amps. I think I'd like to verify the 13.7. This is a 7 amp hour battery. So at this rate, it would take 70 hours to fill up all the way, which would be a very long time at this. But at 24 hours, we should have given a couple amp hours worth of juice back, and I don't know how far down it was. I don't know how dead these things are delivered. I'm just kind of curious if this really is 13.7, 12.84. So not really. I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean, unless it's pulsing, and I don't have a scope here, so I can't really look that up. But it could be, I suppose. So what I was thinking of is it should be up a couple amp hours here, and so I thought I'd see if I could do a different charging scheme with it. So let's pull the probe off. Stop charging and go to 12 volt small here. And it looks like we are charging. So run it overnight and it seems like it's good, although this might actually be, let's see, let's tell it to stop charging. I think that might be the trickle charge, because that was 0.1 amps there. So it's disconnected, but it's not really disconnected. So are you saying, look at that, 4.2 volts. It's not 4.2 volts for sure. I don't know what that reading is. That's a little frustrating. So here's the meter again, and 12.83. Definitely not. It's going down to 3.3. And it's floating, so it's not even attached to anything, so I'm not sure what that's all about. So let's see if we can go here. Go here. Nope, disconnected. It refuses. So we're going back to the trickle charging again. Yeah, and that's what this is showing. Just 0.1 amps. This will take a very long time to charge up this rate. Like I said, 70 hours. Well, I left this for yet another 12 hours here on the slow charge, just to see what this thing would do. It's saying it's 13.7 volts now, which is probably close. The Black & Decker charger says said the battery was fully charged 12 hours ago. So I'm kind of curious about this now. So if I stop this thing from charging, which I guess that is not doing, so let's stop it. Let's see. See, now we're back down to this weird 4.2 volt thing. That doesn't make any sense, and it's disconnected. But if I remove the lead from it, Bluetooth connected. Go figure that one out, right? Yeah, it says it's not connected. And in fact, I can't even do the 12 volt supply mode because it somehow disconnects the Bluetooth. I'm not sure what's going on with this thing. Either I got a defective one or it's not working. And to double check this battery really is fully charged, I'm gonna go put this back in the generator and see if I can start it up. All right, so here's the supposedly charged battery and the generator. I figure if I put this thing and it can turn the motor over, then it must be doing pretty well, because it takes a fair amount of current to turn over a motor. So let's install this guy and see what we get. 2 terminals here. We're just gonna possibly use the new screws. I don't know. I'm gonna see if the old ones will work. We'll try that and hook this guy up. The way these guys mount is they have a little nut that slides inside this post and just a screw on the outside that pulls everything tight. It's kind of a good way to do it. It makes it really tight, better than the lead clamp kind of solution in a car. For smaller currents, I guess. Maybe larger currents, this might be more difficult, but it works really well for this. Got the terminal screwed back on, so you can slide this guy back in here. They're same size battery, but it's really interesting that all that extra plastic stuff on top kind of gets in the way of the protection for this thing. It's got a very interesting design. They did a nice job, Harbor Freight. Like, even the screw is captive on this. They know you're going to need to get in here, so they made it so the screw doesn't fall out and get lost. That's something that's often forgotten. Just ran across something like that recently. So it's 40 degrees out, so that's not helping the battery at all, but let's see if the starter will actually turn over. And look at that. It actually does a great job, didn't even stress at all. Now, this hasn't been running a while. I'm not even sure there's gas in it, but you can actually turn the whole engine over, no problem. So that battery really is charged. So bummer on the new charger. I think I have to reevaluate my position on it. See if we can actually start this. All right. Yeah, not warm enough for that yet. Yeah, it's running really rough right now. This thing hasn't been on in well over a year, but starts it no problem, over and over. So besides being really cold out, if I just read the big red sign, run every 3 months, 15-20 minutes, yeah. It's getting a little better, but I did add fuel stabilizer, but it clearly doesn't like sitting, which they warn you, so on me. All right, so I got to update my final take on this guy. After getting a brand new battery right here and it not working either, I've got to say that I think this thing's got problems. Now, maybe it's my particular unit. I got a bad unit. I could try and swap it, but at this point, I'm not particularly motivated. My Black & Decker works fine. I love the idea of what this thing can do, especially with the logging and the pre-test and the post-test kind of thing. But I had problems on several different batteries, like my Honda, which, you know, is weird. It has been weird in the past, but the Black & Decker never has a problem charging it. It won't charge a brand new battery. It really didn't like the old dead battery, which I can sort of understand that one, especially the safety features. So if it measures nothing on these probes, can't push much current in at its limit of 16 volts, then you wouldn't expect it to turn on, because that would be a safety feature. You wouldn't want it to do that anyways. Maybe they've got some software to work on, or some hardware. Also, the voltage measurements on the front here are very erroneous and not accurate. So I think they've got some work to do, or I just got a bad unit. You know, check out other reviews. But for now, I got to say thumbs down. Thanks for watching. Hope you find it useful. Hope to see you next time.